welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Common Rail. So as you guys may have noticed, I made a purchase at York. I presented that in my York train show haul video from Grzybowski. I purchased a Lionel GP9 in the Conroe patched road scheme, and so there was a reason why I bought that locomotive. So rewinding the clock a little bit, I actually bought the Lionel Conroe GP9 and the GP9B in the blue paint scheme. The GP9B, which has no cab on it, is basically a super base. Now, when I looked at those locomotives set, or those locomotives, because they were actually not set, they were you had to purchase them separately, but I judged its pulling power based upon my experience with the Brady's Trains custom run Lionel Conroe SD45s. So that was a set. So you had to purchase the powered and the non-powered super base, and it was sold as a set only. And man, the locomotive would pull a lot. Even the members over there at the Raritan Valley High Railers were really impressed. I know when Fred set me up with a train, I believe it was like 40 grain cars, and he said, "Sean, are you sure you don't want to take any off?" I'm like, "No, we're going to leave them on there. We're going to see what this thing can do." He says, "That's a lot." He goes, "You only have one of those is powered, not both?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's only one powered unit here. It's towing a non-powered unit and the 40 cars." He's like, "I don't know, that's a lot of stress on the couplers," and he was actually worried for my train. I'm like, "Fred, it's okay. It's my train, my responsibility. You guys are weighed to that responsibility. Let's do it." And it pulled it, and he was super impressed. He goes, "Are you sure that's not powered?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. That's a you know, it is a super base non-powered unit." And you know, I was really happy with the pulling power. It was really great. So I based my experience on that when I bought the GP9 and the GP9B super base, and when I ran it the day I shot that video to when I first did the unboxing, I think I only had 15 cars on it, maybe 18, and it wouldn't pull it. It moved a little bit and then it stalled out and the wheels started slipping. I'm like, wait, what? Why is it that my Lionel GP9 can't pull as much as the SD45? And I know what you guys are thinking. "Oh, Dakman, you silly Dakman, you. That SD45 has 12 wheels on it. That's why it pulls better." But guess what, guys? Only 8 of those 12 wheels are driven. Lionel doesn't drive all their wheels on their locomotives, on the 12-wheel drive locomotives. I don't know about the Vision line, but at least on the Legacy, nope. The end axles are dummy units. There is no gears to them. Why Lionel did that and didn't gear all of their wheels, I can't answer that. There is, however, one locomotive that they actually did produce, but it was actually a K-line locomotive. So when K-line went out of business, Lionel agreed to make their SD70 Max. Those locomotives that were K-line developed and designed, they were, all 12 wheels were driven on that locomotive. And I had mentioned that to Kevin Quinn when we were looking at that same locomotive at Tony's Trains and Things. And I said, "Kevin, look at this locomotive. This is what you want. All the wheels are driven." He's like, "You're right, they are." I'm like, "Absolutely, I'm right." Because that is a Lionel by K-Line, or K-Line by Lionel, actually. So K-Line was originally going to come out with it. They went out of business. Lionel went ahead and produced it. They produced it with the K-Line running gear. And the K-Line running gear, and I'm going to say it on video, is way better than the Lionel running gear. Just for the fact that it's all the wheels are geared, and on a 12-wheel locomotive. But I was sadly disappointed that day when I did the video. I was just in shock. I just couldn't and I had to take cars off of the train to run it for you guys. And of course, you guys made fun of me. Some of you guys made fun of me because I ran it in the wrong direction. I ran it short hood forward. And we're like, oh, you ran your locomotives in the wrong direction. Ha ha. And it's like, okay guys. So I made a follow-up video after that, running it in the correct direction. So originally I ran it short hood forward. And then you guys, some of you guys made fun of me and said, oh, you ran your locomotives wrong. So I made a follow-up video and I ran the train long hood forward. Well, I talked to a Conrail, ex-Conrail worker, and he said, Sean, don't listen to those people. He said, guess what? We ran those locomotives short hood and long hood forward, either direction. He goes, yes, there were some locomotives that had the letter F on the short hood, and yes, there was some locomotives that had the letter F on the long hood. But we ran in both directions, either or. A lot of the Reading locomotives had dual control stands so they could run either direction more easily. So it was nice to know that. So the whole point to this video is I had to buy extra pulling power for my GP9. So let's take a look at the GP9 that I bought from Grabowski's Train. Let's go. So here in front of you we have a EMD GP9 locomotive. Now I'm not going to go through all the specs of this locomotive because I've already done it on the blue version. So this is a ex-Penn Central locomotive, number 7043, and previous to that was an ex-Pennsylvania locomotive. So this is cool because Lionel actually captured the patching really well. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up on camera, but they did an excellent job, at least I believe so, in my opinion. But you can see where it would be a much darker, brighter black, where it was spray painted over the Penn Central, and here the PC logo would be blocked off and painted over, and a CR patch put on it. So that's what patching means. You're going to spray paint a block of paint over the existing road name, and then you put your new road name on there. In this instance, CR. Now Lionel did capture the barcoding that Conrail used. Conrail was sort of like ahead of its time and used a barcode system for tracking. This was before GPS was invented. I was only able to find a couple different photos of 7043, but this locomotive should look familiar because its sister, number 7048, is actually sitting at the Horseshoe Curve. So if you ever visited Horseshoe Curve, you'll see Pennsylvania number 7048 sitting there. However, in my opinion, I think it should be painted in Conrail blue paint. And I'm sure I just made the Pennsylvania Railroad people upset again. So 7043 never made it into blue paint. It was actually scrapped before it ever made it into blue paint, so it was left in a patch scheme. Unfortunately, Penn Central, with its lack of maintenance, a lot of locomotives were unfortunately more money than what the locomotive was worth to fix. But this completes my collection of the 3 GP9s that Lionel did. So you got the patch version, you got the GP9B, and then you have the blue version of the GP9. So let's see how the pulling power improves now. So yeah, adding that third unit or a second powered unit was what I actually needed to do to pull a half decent train. So just for those of you out there who are considering a Lionel GP9, you'll know that, you know, they're not exactly a great puller. I think the most, you know, depends on the size of the car. Of course, I pull all scale size cars, so the most I could get out of it was 10 cars. But with an added unit or added power unit, I could easily pull more than that. Just like Captain Kirk calls down to engineering on the Star Trek Enterprise and says, "Hey Scotty, we need more power." And then Scotty calls back and says, "Captain, we're getting all she's got," in that heavy Irish accent that he's had. And, you know, unfortunately only people in my generation would know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that was a great show when I was growing up. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I know I was awful with the Scotty impression, but hey, I gave it a shot. Alright guys, thank you for watching another Dakman Productions video. We'll catch you at the next event, the next train show. We'll catch you trackside. Goodbye.